In this video, we are going to talk about the best affordable hearing aids on the market in 2026. If you've been researching hearing aids, it's very likely that you've seen a wide range of prices, probably just a couple $100s on the low end, all the way up to thousands of dollars. In fact, we get feedback all the time from folks who head over to soundly.com and talk to us that they've received a quote for top-end prescription hearing aids for $7,000, $8,000, even $9,000 for a pair. So the price for hearing aids can vary widely. If you're trying to save money or find an affordable pair, there are a few really good options for you. We're going to talk all about that in this video. We'll talk about affordable prescription hearing aids. We'll talk about our favorite over-the-counter hearing aids and how you can select the right option for you. If we haven't yet met, my name is Blake Cadwell. I'm the co-founder at soundly.com. We're one of the leading destinations online for hearing aid research and shopping. We can also put you in touch with local clinics who offer affordable hearing aid prices. If you like what you see in this video, we'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps videos like these reach more people. With that, let's dig in. So before we dig into specific technology and our favorite hearing aids on the market that are affordable, let's just take a step back and talk about what goes into the price of hearing aids. So of course, there are the obvious elements of the materials for the charging case, the battery, the technology that goes inside. You have R&D costs, which are the costs of developing and building all of the technology that goes inside of these devices. And finally, you have the cost of care. And as we'll talk about in just a moment, the type of care that you get can impact the price that you pay. If you're working with a local clinician, you're of course paying for their time, the time that they work with you, and perhaps even their front office staff. So all of this goes into the price that you ultimately pay. And as I mentioned, that price range can vary really widely, from over-the-counter hearing aids for just a couple $100s, all the way to top-end prescription devices that have artificial intelligence, R&D inside, and come through a local clinic for several $1,000s. My goal is that by the end of this video, you have a few really good options for how to save on hearing aids, get a really affordable and quality product that matches your particular situation. So to kick things off, we're going to start in the over-the-counter category. Now, these are hearing aids that you can purchase online. You can purchase them at soundly.com. They ship to your home. We ship usually in 2 days. It's free shipping. And then in our case, you'll have an audiologist that can join you on a virtual call and walk you through the setup, but you're the one pushing the buttons. So instead of going into a local clinic and having them program your hearing aids, you're actually pushing the buttons at home through a smartphone app. You can do that on a video call with our team. So these are over-the-counter devices. If you spent any time researching hearing aids, it's very likely that you've seen over-the-counter devices being advertised. Some for just a couple $100s, all the way up to $1,500 or maybe even $2,000 for the really premium devices. So that's sort of the price range. Now, one thing you've probably seen are ultra low-cost hearing aids like the ones I have in my hands. These cost around $199 for a pair. And when I put them in my ear, they give me feedback. They cause occlusion, which is that feeling when your ears feel really plugged up, and they don't manage background noise really at all. I've tested over 50 different hearing aids in the last year, and I've tested some of these really ultra low cost options. We do have a really low cost option that I'll talk about in just a second, but many of them I just don't find are very wearable for more than 30 or 40 minutes. And in many cases, we hear about folks who simply take them out and send them back to the manufacturer. So for the most part, that very lowest part of the market is fraught with a little bit of risk. There are definitely a lot of brands that will not perform well for you. We do have one brand that we recommend and sell at soundly.com. That's the Elehear Beyond. So Elehear Beyond is sold for $399 for a pair. So in the grand scheme of things, very affordable. The hearing aid itself is a little bit larger than what we'll see in other parts of the category, and the technology is just a little bit less advanced. It actually has Bluetooth streaming and rechargeability. The sound quality can be really good, but where it breaks down just a bit is in background noise. So if you're in background noise, it has a harder time separating speech from noise. We've put it in a test box and found this to be true. I've also found this in my own wearing of Elehear Beyond. For the price, Elehear Beyond is our clear favorite. And if you purchase it through soundly.com, you still get an audiology setup call, you get free shipping, you get hassle-free returns, you get all the benefits that you would get with more expensive products on the market. So this is one really good option if you're looking for an affordable way to get started. we certainly recommend it over many of the other budget options on the market, which we just have a harder time actually wearing and spending time in. If you're able to step up a little bit more in price, you could take a look at the Sennheiser All Day Clear. This is currently our best seller, and it lists for $9.99 for a pair. We sometimes have discounts going at soundly.com. You can head over to the site and see if we have one running. We love this hearing aid, not just as a budget hearing aid, but as a great overall well-rounded performer. It comes from Sonova, which is the maker of Phonak and Unitron products. Those are some of the most advanced prescription devices on the market. And this product benefits from being able to take all of that R&D focus that Phonak has put into their prescription devices, and they pour it into this over-the-counter device, which you can get for less than $1,000. So if you have $1,000 to spend and you're open to setting up your hearing aids on your phone, Sennheiser All Day Clear is a really good option. You also get 100 days to return this product over at soundly.com. That's exclusive to Soundly. If you buy it, you can try it for 100 days. If you don't like it, you can send it back and maybe try a prescription product or try something else. Sennheiser is certainly one to take a look at. The product is also our top-rated OTC hearing aid for Bluetooth streaming. It has rechargeable batteries. We've put it in thousands of ears over the last year, and it has our lowest return rate across devices. So really solid option if you can get to that $1,000 price range and you're a candidate for over-the-counter hearing aids. So speaking of candidacy for over-the-counter hearing aids, there is one major limitation that you should know about when you're thinking about Elehear Beyond or Sennheiser All Day Clear or any other OTC hearing aid on the market. And that is that OTC hearing aids are only good for folks who have mild to moderate hearing loss. That means if your hearing test looks something like this, you might be a good candidate. But if alternatively, it looks more like this, with the line dropping down into the severe or profound categories, you'll need to head into a local clinic and get a prescription device that's able to give you enough amplification to really give you clarity at those frequencies. So there's some really obvious limitations in that way. It's also worth thinking about whether you're comfortable setting up a pair of hearing aids on the phone. Most people are able to do it just fine, especially with our assistants. But if you don't like using a smartphone or you're uncomfortable with technology, you could consider going to a local clinic so you can get a little bit more face-to-face, hands-on care. Before we leave the over-the-counter category, let me call out one other affordable option that you have. In fact, you might already have it in your home, and that is the AirPods Pro, either the AirPods Pro 2 or the AirPods Pro 3. These are the last two generations of the noise-canceling AirPods that are the flagship from Apple. These devices actually have some hearing capabilities built into them. We have a whole video that talks about the AirPods Pro, which I'll link somewhere up here. But what you need to know is that they have some hearing aid capabilities built in. They're probably not going to work as your specialized hearing aids that you wear all of the time, but this can be a really great way to start, especially if AirPods are already in your house. You can give them a try, set them up, take the test, and see if they work for you. One clear limitation is that when you wear them, you'll look like you're wearing AirPods. They might not solve your needs around a dinner table or in work meetings, but they can be a really good place to start. We do not sell this product over at soundly.com, but you can find AirPods all over the place. I love my AirPods. I also love my hearing aids. I think many people end up wearing both of these or having both hearing aids and AirPods in their overall toolkit. All right, so we've talked about over-the-counter hearing aids, which are clearly the most affordable on the market. And if your hearing loss is within that mild to moderate range, over-the-counter hearing aids can be a good option for you. But what if you need prescriptive care? Maybe you have severe or profound hearing loss, or you prefer to go into a local clinic and work with a clinician face-to-face. If that's the situation that you're in, but you're also looking for an affordable pair of hearing aids, we would recommend Relate. This is our private label product. It's actually made by Sonova as well. So again, the #1 manufacturer in the world that makes Phonak hearing aids, which are sort of the top-end prescription devices. They sell more units of hearing aids than any other manufacturer in the world. We work closely with Sonova to make this Relate hearing aid, and it borrows technology from the rest of their ecosystem, has fantastic noise suppression, really small form factor, very comfortable in your ears. I've spent months wearing the Relate hearing aid, and it's one of my favorites. It gives me excellent clarity in really dynamic background noise situations, has a great smartphone app, Bluetooth streaming, has a long full day battery life, and it starts under $2,000 at $19.98 per pair. So if you go over to soundly.com, you can get this product at a local clinic for $1998. Now that price is certainly more than what we've just talked about with over-the-counter hearing aids, but it is markedly less than what you'd find on average if you headed into a local clinic and found a brand name product. Now, if you move all the way up to the top tier technology of this hearing aid, you'll find that it's around $3,000 for a pair. When you buy through Soundly, whether it's Relate or any other prescription device, you get 60 days of unlimited appointments, so you can get fully set up with your hearing aids. And then from there, you can either work with your local clinician to set up a care package, or you can pay as you go. Typically, that's around $100 per appointment. So you have some flexibility in how you manage your care. We think that flexibility is really helpful for folks, but it can also be a great way to save. If you don't need a really robust care package that spans multiple years, you can simply pay as you go at your local office and still get access to some really amazing upfront technology. So Relate is one prescription hearing aid that we definitely suggest to anyone who's looking for a more affordable option. Now that said, if you're on Soundly.com and you're looking at all the other hearing aid options, maybe you're looking at this new Oticon Zeal, it's this invisible in-ear style prescription device. It's a flagship product, top-end technology, typically going to cost you $6,000 to $8,000 in a local clinic. You can get this exact same product, same top-tier tech from Oticon for around $4,000. Typically, our customers who buy prescription hearing aids with a brand name like Oticon or Phonak, Signia, Starkey are saving anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 or $4,000, depending on the quotes that they've gotten in their local area. The main reason for that is that we have great relationships with manufacturers and we're able to deliver these products to a lot of people, and you get to take advantage of some of that scale and efficiency. The other reason is that in many local clinic settings, you're going to see a care package that is 3 years long and maybe has unlimited visits. What we tend to see on average is that folks, after just a couple of months, are pretty well set up, and maybe they'll need 1 or 2 more visits, but we like to unbundle that from the price of the device. So you can pay thousands less on the device, and then you can pay as you go for care. Typically, it's around $100 for an appointment. That gives you more flexibility, and ultimately, for most folks, it leads to a more affordable experience. If you're not sure if you're a candidate for over-the-counter hearing aids, if you have questions about the prescription process, or you just want someone to give you a second opinion on where you're at and what might be a good fit for you, you can head over to Soundly.com, or you can call or text us at 833-SOUNDLY. Talking to folks about their hearing care journey is one of our favorite parts of the job, and we'd love to talk with you, give you some advice. We represent the full spectrum of prices, care methods, brands. We can help you navigate which is right for you. And in every case, you'll get a really good value and price through Soundly, whether you go for Oticon Zeal, Relate, Sennheiser All Day Clear, or a lower cost option like Elehear Beyond. I hope you found this video helpful, and good luck with your research.